This is a kind of trying to see form can express man, masculine form, and feminine form. And the name of this couple is Sheila and Caridi. You heard about it maybe that our very funny Prime Minister, Berlusconi, wanted to create a bridge between Sicily and Italy. Those are exactly from Sheila to Caridi, the name of the two ends of the half peninsula and the island. So what I did here is two glasses, they have the perfectly same height, they have the same diameter of hole, and they have the same diameter of leg, but one is dedicated to he and one to she, and we have a very nice box, and it was thought as a present to a wedding. And it works, and it works. So you can see how certain times experiments in design can be also things that can deal with marketing. And we can speak about it later on. So, in that period when I did that, I'm speaking about the mid-90s, they invented the new glue to glass. This done by crystal, lead crystal. And you know that collectors of antiquity, always when they buy a piece of marble, a head of emperor, Roman emperor or something, they bring it at home until they don't glue it, put it on a marble block, black one with the name of the something, the date or something. It is not a real collector's item. They need always this base to give importance to this object. They don't really refer to the object, but what the object is can be. So I took and I did a cube from crystal, and I did a vase that has a very rough image of the amphora, the Greek and Roman amphoras, and I took them and I glued them together and I gave to the collector already a completed object. So I sold him from the need to buy a license and so on. But these experiments we did a lot, and here you can see to elaboration, because design is not an invention, it's very tough work in which you add, you change, you sleep with the ideas and then you think it again. So again, another form, the base is cut very perfectly and it's transparent. The holes, the decorations became flowers. And I can show you with flowers really are magnificent inside, and it's glued, positive glue. I didn't do a lot of such things. This is decoration by destroying the crystal. Normally when we say crystal, we say that something is perfect. So I took the perfect thing and I destroyed it, because I like also to destroy the contrast. And then I did another type of experiment. I added those things, those are crystals of Swarovski. I don't know if you heard about Swarovski. They had a very nice director, and I offered him this possibility to do a joint venture. And we hang a lot of their chandeliers crystals, like very much. What happened here, that the over-decoration, and I told you what I think about decoration, in which light is sent by those chandelier elements, lights, red, green, bluish, reflex on the walls, and it's also with wind is doing noises. So the decoration that is light, color, noise is overdone and destroys completely the object. The object became completely secondary to what it is decorated with. So, but then I tried to do another thing, to take not a blown glass on simple, but to take a massive glass and to cut it, as you can see down, and it seems that there is a glass into a glass. But when you put liquid inside, especially when you put red wine, for example, because this is for a very potent red wine, it's quite big, potent, it's very heavy, massive. This is cut in Christmas form. When you put the liquid inside, it seems that the liquid is inside the cage or something, but the color of the wine is coming through all the lines. So you have, it's really, you see the color on the plain surfaces. And it seems really a very complex, very rich color. And it's very interesting because when you have red wine, yellow, the light, clear wine and so on, it's really magnificent to see how the object is changed, like chameleon, I don't know how you say it.
Chameleon.
Chameleon. It changes with the liquid inside. Because this is crystal and it's completely plain. In Venice there is a completely different culture. I don't know if you heard about Cletto Munari. You know about Bruno Munari, that is a very, very fundamental designer. I think that in the lesson you had spoke about him. He was a really magnificent guy. I can show you Bruno Munari was short like that, with white hair, but was one of the nicest people I never met. Unfortunately, with my thesis, I won the compensation of the Biennale. In Saturdays, there is, as you know, Jews don't do anything. They only can study and to eat. So what happens is when Saturday finishes, when they are coming out 3 stars, they use to, they are very sad because they have to go back to work. So somehow there is a tradition to use essence, to smell essence in this ceremony of the finishing the Saturday day. And there is a tradition of doing a silver object. And what I have done, I took a fruit that doesn't have any smell, doesn't have any taste, a special taste. The melograno. Melograno? Melograno? Melograno, no?
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate. Pomegranate. That is a fruit that has a crown. It's very ugly fruit because you see its taste, but it doesn't have the taste. You see its richness. You see everything, but it doesn't have anything behind. It only looks very fine. So I tried to do a whole series of objects to contain such essence for Saturday, using glass and colors. It means it's all interpretations of pomegranate. It's again, it is in the Museum of Montreal, you have them, because what happened? You are tired? No? Okay. So this is, you can see I use also different techniques, different sizes. It always refers to the same collection. There are collected 16, and in Italian language is something miraculous. I could find even more different expressions of smells that are pleasant or unpleasant, they are joyful or sad, profiles. And it's very, very strange. So every object has such a name. Different name that all belong to essence of smell. Here you have the family. And the technique are very, very complex technique because everyone I use different one. For example, in this one, the holes are done when the glass was blown and was still hot. I took a piece of metal. I heated it until it was red. And then I put it inside and told I like to destroy things I do. So the holes, really holes done by hot. And it's very strange because when you see, you feel that it is differently done. It seems like something that belongs to the sun, although it doesn't. It's not hot anymore. So the colors in glass is very interesting because they are all different metals. So there is also connection to metals. Like I told you, blue, this yellowish color is, for example, silver and so on. Yes? Which one? I can tell you every pattern, but it's very complicated. It's the memory story, what I told you. Which one?
The light blue one in front here.
Which one? This one?
No, the light blue one.
This one, the blue one?
Yeah,
this one or this one?
Yeah.
It's very similar. So when we take out from the furnace the raw heated glass that is about the canna. Canna is the
How do you call it?
The stick, no, the cube, it's a cube. You take a kind of a form that inside have forms. So we take the hot glass, we put it, impress it inside, and we take it out. It receives this form. Then we can do it in different, out of the different forms, but then we can twist it, like in this case. We twist it, and only afterwards we blow it. So when we blow it, this is what happens. And there are different forms. This is a different one. But here, if you can see carefully, it means that we did it twice. We did it once, we twisted it, then we pushed again, and we twisted it to the other direction. And when we blow, we have these small rhombo, these forms. Or in this case, we had a form where you had nails. So we punched it around, very slightly, little bit. Then we put it again into the oven. And we put other Palterer in glass. Da quanto parlo solo in italiano, difficoltà di parlare in inglese. È una cosa.
Sai, è una cosa difficile.
No, perché non ho le parole, mi scappa.
No, questo è complicato.
Because as my first language is Hebrew, and then I speak many other languages, but since when I am completely immersed in Italian, I have difficulty to speak in English. It's very, very funny. I have to consider, and I have an international course in Milan, so it's not only with you. I have really difficulty of concentrating and to find words that I know them, but somehow they escape. Maybe it's also the age. No. So this what happens that you have inside like small balls of air. So we can control completely, and those is this effect of what I told you of memory of glass. That it is magnificent because really the end, the form that you know, that you see very often is due to the experience. And look the difference between what how the Romans, the antique Romans used the glass and how we use it today. Or how in Japan they do it traditionally and how we do it today. You discover that there are very, very similar operations. Only that we had a special table to roll the tube with the glass, and for example, in Palestine, they are sitting like that and they use the legs. But it's the same thing, only that they don't have special instruments. But the same, and obviously today we have the science thing that gives us the possibility of using materials like the scissors and others that are perfect. They don't add nothing to the glass, because before the simple iron yes, make dirty the glass. So it was traditionally, they knew about it, but today it's time still. So destroying glass. So here is double glass. It is a transparent glass on which we put another straight of blue cobalt glass. And then we glued it. This was in freehand. And then we did the holes, doing the holes, small holes, and then we cut it so you can see the transparent holes. So it became very dramatic. And then I took silver elements and I put inside. Now, this object was an experiment, but in reality, and I worked a lot about this thing, is how to put flour, one flour in a vase, a very big flour, to keep it straight. By this I could do it. So all this effort was for that. But then we have these very nice colors, so I took the metal and I saw the different colors.